Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Stage Racer, episode number 84. We're on to the World Championships. First up is the time trial. Profile 44.7 kilometers for this one. Not flat. Little bit of undulation to it, not a ton. But I do still have my fitness peak. Apparently I have fatigue. No, I don't see why. I shouldn't have any fatigue, but okay. I guess coming out of La Vuelta, I got a bit more tired than I should be. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, but I still have a +2 on the race day condition as we head into this one. I like my chances of being up there near the top of the standings, but how high is a big question. I am on the list of favorites. I am outside of the top 5, but in the top 10. Let's see if we can at least get into the top 5. Maybe a podium, and small chance today that we could come out the winner. As I go to set off, one quick surprise. I do not get team leader status. I'm second out. Kenny O'Byrne is going to go first, and only a +1 on the race day condition, so below expectation, below what I hoped. Though my time trial is at an 82. Stamina and resistance are both looking pretty good as well. So I should, regardless of the fact that my race day condition has not come out to what it could have been, what it should have been, and as the rain begins to fall, and there is a bit of a wind today as well, riding at a 76, this first section was all a little bit uphill, but there are 5, yes, count them, 5 sections with uphill beyond the 3%. While Poles puts in the best time so far at 1 hour flat, I do think that time is going to come down from there a good bit. I mean, Poles is pretty good on a time trial, but he's not great. Only 11 riders have finished so far. And really, there's actually not that many riders here. Chris Froome has one of the best times through the first section. We'll see where we are compared to him coming up. I am a little bit fatigued, though, past where we could or should be, so maybe back down to a 76. No, you know what? Let's take this at a 77. The climbing part is definitely my strength. 84 today on the mountain rating. Okay, little deficit, but I should. Oof. Wow, I am well ahead at the moment, but that also could mean I'm going too strong. A lot of downhill through this section, though, so we'll see if we recover some of that. It's still up Poles at the end. Chris Froome is second, so Poles went strong after the first sector. In fact, second sector, Poles has a comfortable lead. Froome was down the order quite a bit there. Quick break in the action. We resume. I had a client for my business call that I needed to take, but we resume now. 24 kilometers to go. We are at the low point, basically at the halfway point. This sector, we spent plenty of time going downhill, and it has allowed us to recover energy. But you look at that, we're kind of at neutral, and now we've got to go uphill, downhill, relatively flat through the end. So I think we're back to being in relatively good shape, riding at a 76. Meanwhile, we are catching Hansen, and it looks like we might be overtaking him probably by the time we hit the second sector finish here, potentially. But you see we're back into a little bit of a negative on the energy, so really need to keep an eye on that. I might have to back off here. Let's go ahead and start checking back in with time. So it's still Wout Poels over Chris Froome and Lindahl at the end. Still haven't gone under an hour, but I do believe that will definitely happen. Cotterill is up on time. Yves Lampart ahead of Wout Poels. And you saw how low Chris Froome was. He did recover a little bit on his time. As we finish the second sector, we are still the quickest. But again, we're still at just that slight deficit. So I think I do need to back off. We're going to back off to a 75 here. And how are we looking? 47 seconds ahead of Cotterill, Lampart, and then Poles. So I'm a minute ahead of Poles right now. Cotterill has not finished. So Cotterill has not finished yet. So we very well could see that time come down here in the next little bit. Yves Lampart. What about Lampart? Neither of them have come across yet. Alright, we had a little downhill time here. Now, going back, first time check. Times are still coming in. I just saw a time change as I go past Hansen here. So there are still racers that are finishing. But at the moment, I'm nearly half a minute up on the first check. I'm 3/4 of a minute on the second check ahead. And at the finish, ooh, that looked like lightning. At the finish, it is Wout Poels. But again, there's still a few guys that have not reached the finish at this point. So there's still some time to keep an eye out for. I am coming up on that finish now. And O'Byrne actually is just set off. So there's a lot of riders to go. This is that one last big climb. I need to back off. I cannot ride too hard through here. I've got to save a little bit of energy to get over this and then to the finish. Coming across the line, there's Cotterill. So Cotterill, 23 seconds faster than Poles. I've not crashed yet, but I'm almost out of energy. Did it crash right there? No, now it has. 1K to go, and I'm out of energy a little bit early. We need to go 99 to the finish. It's slightly downhill, 2 degrees downhill there for a little bit. I will lose a little time, but I'm still 56 seconds ahead of Cotterill right now. A minute 19 ahead of Poles. Lampart, minute and a half. Those were all the best times so far. Landerl, just 10 seconds down on me. Araujo, it's Portuguese. Let's see. Araujo, Portuguese. It's not a silent J. It's Spanish where it is. Araujo. So Araujo, there's Linderl, there's Søren Kragh Andersen just crossed in 7th. Victor Kampenarts is 20 seconds behind, so a lot of people coming in around times, but all behind me right now. Lampart, let's keep an eye. Lampart, he's crossed. He's 4th. He's 6 seconds ahead of Froome. Lindahl's already there. Here's Andy Walsh just came in. By the way, 59 minutes, 4 seconds for me. So I'm a minute clear right now. Rowan Dennis just 8 seconds behind at the first check. I'm going to slowly speed this up. And I'm going to start keeping an eye. Hugo Houle will be the next to come in. Here comes Houle now. And he's got somebody just behind him. There's Mamonov. Tratnik will be the next one. Rowan Dennis still the quickest. Stefan Kuhn, 27 seconds behind. Chirikov will be next. Bowman, not testing the time. Magnolino. Slisak. Franco. We're starting to get into good riders. I mean, these guys, 76s, 77s for Bob Jungels. Like to assume somebody else just passed as well. Castro Viejo. I'm going to slow down for a little bit. Tony Martin will be next. Reason for that is we're going to check the times. Rowan Dennis, the only one who's really challenging. Araujo and Kung and Anderson are the ones that have come later. Dennis, half minute behind. There's Kampenarts. There's Kung. Araujo drops down the order, and at the finish, he is 5th place. There's Søren Kragh Andersen in 8th. Landerl was 21 seconds behind me in second. Rowan Dennis just crosses the line, 17 seconds down, and he was the last. He is the defending champion. No, Kung is the last. He takes 8th place, though. Stefan Kung, the final rider, and there it is. I am world champion, 18 seconds ahead of Rowan Dennis, who takes 2nd, Landerl 3rd, Cotterill 4th, Campenarts, Rauscho, Poles, Kung, Walsh, and Anderson. But I've done it. World champion. So there's one achievement. Rainbow bands are mine, at least in the time trial. Next up is the road race. From there, we're going to be finishing up this season and moving on to our big goal. We've got one classic. That's not the big goal. Classics are great. I'm not a classics rider. I'm definitely a stage racer. So it is the Grand Tours, the 3 Grand Tours that I will try to target next season. But for this season, one last moment, one last race. Oh, nice, 42 points, 88% satisfaction. We head to the World Championships, but I don't see anything else on the calendar. However, that might not be a thing. Yeah, no tiredness. It said I was tired. That was odd. The World Championships don't often show up, but here it is. World Championships? Okay, I'm in. I would have been surprised if I was not selected. However, what's the profile? We're in Brighton for this one, so we are in the UK for this version of the World Championships, and it is Elm Grove. Okay. So we're hitting this little circuit over and over again. A lot of undulation. And today I'm looking at a +3 on the race day condition. The preparation, the favorite race are emerging. Who do I have with me? So I have Emmanuel Lindahl, who's a time trialist. This is the road race, guys. Road race. Why would you select him? Kenny O'Byrne is here, another time trialist. Logan Owen is good for punchy. Ben King will be a good support rider. Colin Joyce, a sprinter. William Barta will be good. And Ian Agnew is a puncher, though I don't know him. But it looks like he and Barta and Owen will be the best support riders. The weird thing is Barta and Owen are on my career mode team. Ben King also. Actually, Ben King could end up being our best support rider. I should have team leader status, but we'll see. Is that the case? I don't know. Favorites. Dylan Toynes and I are the favorites? Wow. Oh, I like this. It could be. Alright, I plan to get the entire race in. We may go through a good chunk of it in time-lapse. Expectation, finish in the top 3. I am the leader. The entire team is set up as teammates. And I have a +5 race day condition. I have an 87 mountain rating. I have an 85 hills rating. I have an 82 stamina. I have an 86 resistance. Here's the only kicker. I have a 60 sprint, but I do have an 81 acceleration. I can get away, but I cannot win a sprint, which means we need to attack that final climb. So we're going to see that climb many times, and we're going to run a test. Okay, there's 3 hills, and then we're going to hit those 3 hills over and over and over again. So I want to see what happens on this first one. We're on it now. This is it. It's 400 meters, but it's 5%. There's the first hill. We round this corner, and we descend. Okay, second hill. We're already on it. 1 degree, up to 1.5. We got to 2. We hit 3 for a moment, back to 2, up over 3 again. So yes, there is a little bit of climbing on this hill, 3.7. It's very gradual, but anything over 3, you go away from flat rating and you go into that mountain rating. So a lot of riders are going to see fatigue even over that second hill. We descend. Not much of it is under 3. So there's not going to be much recovery, especially if there's some pace.
There's not much hope in it succeeding, but at least his family gets to see him on TV.
And I'm going to want there to be fatigue.
The riders are obviously keeping something back. We should be in for quite a finish.
I will be using my team to wear out the field. But this is the first big test. It's 1.1 kilometers, 7.7% gradient. Elm Grove Road. Oh gosh, what was the name of this in the World Championships? This road existed and then you kind of turned the corner, but actually it plateaued and then you finished. So this is a different racetrack than what we actually saw. Alright, there's the top. 238.1. This is what I wanted to test. 6% downhill, down gradient, meaning you could be flat out because you're going to descend here. Downhill, it eases off. What was it, 238.1? Is that right? Around the corner, and there's the finish. It's 4 kilometers. 4 kilometers with about 2.5, 3 of it being downhill. Now we're going to come back into that first hill here in just a moment. I need to double check this. Was it 4 kilometers? And then how much of that is beyond the... How much of that is cruising downhill, really, is what I need to test. Already past the first hill. We're on the second hill again. There's not much to them. But if there's enough pace, it will wear out the field. And that's really the big test. So here we go. Third hill. This is it. This is the steep one. It's really not that bad. Okay. Now, we've really leveled off. We're under 3 now. So let's say 215. Okay, so about 4.2, 4.3 is the distance we have to cover. All right, this time, so I recalculated the distance that time, and I wasn't incorrect on thinking it was 4, but it does level off before you actually crest the hill. So we need to take that into account. How much of that 4.3 is in the tuck. So, oh, man, I went too fast. Next time through. Only 3 riders in the break. That's a good thing. Chasing them is not going to be a problem. However, I'm going to want my team to put a major hurting into the field. Okay, we're on the long, gentle slope. Alright, here we go. So, 8% uphill. This is definitely where we want to get away. It starts to ease off. This is where it goes under 3. So it actually goes under 3 a good little ways, good 5 kilometers out. So we definitely want to be away by that point. But here we are. That's 1. That's 2. And you're back to riding. So it's 2 kilometers, arrow tuck downhill. And then the rest will be riding it out. Meaning, don't need much energy, but that's still about 2.5K riding. So they still got to have some. Definitely can't be totally exhausted over the top. We need to get away over the top. And we should have plenty of energy. I need to wear out a lot of the rest of the riders on these climbs. It's 160k to go, so we're not going to do it yet. But over time, I'm going to use most of my teammates to inject some pace. All I need is Barta, Owen, and King for the end. I will use up the rest of the riders from, I'd say, maybe 80 to 100k out. I'll start to use them to pace at the front. Joyce already, Oberon already involved in that. But that's the plan anyway. Breakaway, no issue. Pace that I'll inject will depend on kind of what we can afford to get. But let's go ahead and sit back and enjoy the next 40 kilometers. And then we'll start to turn it on. I especially want to turn it on those hills. That area in between, I don't mind if we back off a little bit, but not enough to recover kind of pace. All right, I'm starting to get a blinking red here, and we're coming up on that 100, so others are partaking in that. Let's go ahead and speed up just a little bit, just to make sure we don't slip back. Okay, after this time over, there we go, 95k to go. Let's bring it on back down. Joyce getting water. Joyce went out the back. No, okay, Joyce regained contact. We have 56 riders with 93 off the back at the moment. This would be a great time to leave half the field behind. Joyce still getting water. Come on, come on, get up to King. Get up there, and good. Okay, everybody's back in contact, but there could be yo-yoing, and this is a really good... Joyce is still finishing getting water. Why? There you go. Alright. I don't need to be at a 99, though. We're going to back this off to, I don't know, let's go 80. Now, I want... Oh, King's a -3. Alright, well, you're the one who's going to provide protection for me. Barta, you're going to follow, and Owen, you're going to follow. So, that's main team. The other 4 are all going to go to relay, but not at a 99. Let's start at, say, a 77 and see what happens. Is this enough pace to slowly wear out the field? Apparently not. Joyce went off the front. Okay, 780. All right. This and Poland and Belgium. Australia, Belgium, Poland, and the US apparently are the 4 teams that think they've got a chance at winning today and are injecting some pace, and even setting at an 81, 82 isn't causing any harm right now. '83. We still haven't taken a turn on the front. And these guys are actually slipping backwards. None of them are good climbers, though, so that could be part of the reason why they're going backwards. But, like, Joyce shouldn't be this far back. Alright, now all 4 of them are up here. Let's see if we can get them to stay here. Times 2 speed for a little bit. Are they... Okay. They are all taking turns. It's these hills that cause a problem for the 4 of them. They slip back a bit. But on the flat, they're quick enough to take turns. Alright, Peloton splitting. 70 riders now as we go over the top. That third climb is splitting the field. We need to keep it split, though. So we're going to go to an 86. We're finally to the front. We didn't stay there long because we're just... These 4 guys are not good at climbing. But if we can damage that Peloton and keep those guys behind, that would be big. And a 86 is finally getting us working the front a little bit harder than everybody else. We still get out-climbed, but elsewhere seem to be getting the job done here. Again, Peloton splits over the top. It's that third climb that does it. And then the aftermath where they usually get back together. But as we're down to 43K, breakaway has been caught, and the Peloton is beginning to thin out. Both Joyce and Agnew are in a little bit of trouble. We're going to send Logan Owen to get water one final time. So O'Byrne and Lindahl have enough left in them to help keep some pace at the front. It's thinning the field some, but not as much as I would like at this point. But I don't need to thin the field necessarily. I just need fatigue. And you see Lampart's tired, right? But these guys are all working at the front. And it's Belgium right now that's working. So, I need to see kind of maybe who's some favorites. Who's the number 1 for Belgium? Are they up here? No. Here's a 111. Who is that? Garcia Cortina. He's fresh. Or Colts, I don't even know who that is. Let's get back here a little further. See who's behind. See if there's any... Yeah, Kung's tired. There is definitely some fatigue back here. Like every rider we see, most of them have a little bit of fatigue. Look at that, Luke Rowe barely hanging on. Okay, so yes, this is working. Toyn's the other favorite, not tired. He's on a +3 today too, so he's looking pretty strong. Madaway, wow, look how tired Madaway is. Madaway's one of the favorites. So we might not be knocking Toyns out of this yet, but a strong classics rider like Kort Nielsen is pretty tired. Here's Volgren, one of the favorites. He's a little bit tired. You can see just the hint of him starting to get tired. Okay. Alright. That's our test. So we do want to keep this pace up. These guys are starting to wear them out. Unfortunately, my 4 guys that I sent forward to start that process, they're done. So Belgium, it's your turn. Take over. Hopefully they can keep up some pace. Still 118 riders. I mean, that's a lot. But Lindahl goes back to the front. Owen, there we go. Owen gets new break trying to form. Mahorich and Siro and Kalmajan, Caleb Ewan, Dylan Van Barl. Next time over, is it. So next time over is where we're trying to go. Now, Owen, I need to get back in position here, buddy. Joyce, Agnew, O'Byrne have been dropped. We're down to 33 or 86 riders, depending on how you count that. Every time we get over the top here, it comes back together. Okay, next time through, Bell Lap. Next time through, this is going to be a 23-kilometer circuit, and I've still got my 4 key guys. We'll be switching this order up here in a little bit. The main thing that I wanted up till now was fatigue in the field, and it's worked on almost everyone. Most of the support riders are very tired. It's just a few leaders like myself that are still fresh, and that's a very good thing as we are down to 2 hills. At the top of the next one is where we begin to initiate our plan. King's hanging on, so it's keeping me fresh. Actually, even for me, the first hint of fatigue is setting in, but I'm still very good. No breakaway. Again, waiting till we get over the top of this climb. Actually, you know what? I don't want to wait till the top of this one. There's just not enough happening here. Logan Owen's going to end up going first, and then Ben King. Here we go, over the top. All right. 4 riders left. Barta is still good. King's still good. Owen. Get over here to the left side of the road where there's some space to work. Come on, Owen. Oh! Come on. Okay. He's not even getting anywhere. Come on. "66 riders. There we go. He emerges to the front where he needs to be. Leads out Ben King. Okay, Ben King, your turn. 7.6 kilometers. This is all that's left. We're down to it. Wait. Okay, yes, we're here. King, come on. You cut over a little early there. 6.4K. Barta's in good shape. King starts the climb. Barta's going to continue the climb. And he's going full 99. And transcend. And we're down to just 20 riders. Group of 4.
Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
I need separation. That's not it. Okay, group of 4. Gel. Oh, it's 3K. Need to be at the front. 1.4K. This is it. They're going to outsprint me. It's all about energy at this point. I'll be 4th. Ah! And it's not even Toynes. It's Mohoric who's taking the rainbow jersey. I couldn't get any separation. Valgren goes 2nd. Toynes is 3rd. I get 4th. I was going to get out-sprinted any day, every day. I needed separation over the top of the climb. But I was not alone in separating the groups behind us. Barta was capable of more, but I quickly saw that he was not going to have enough pace and those guys were going to leave us behind. So I had to leave Barta behind and go myself earlier than planned. I was going full 99 with my team, hoping that they would shed riders behind us. And they didn't do it at enough of a rate. The climb wasn't severe enough to get me where I needed to go. So I had to go myself, and in the end then, it was a group of 4. If I don't ride hard, the guys behind us come back. By riding hard, I guarantee that I get that top 4 finish, but also by riding 4, I guarantee that those 3 are going to beat me in the sprint all day, every day. So, close, so close, not close enough. I tried right there at the end, but by that point, we were about to crest the hill, and those guys, I could not get any separation on them at all. Close, but not close enough. I love how many of my career mode riders, though, are in that top 20. Barta, Peterson, Van Barl. I got one jersey. Don't get both.
And here are the race highlights that we've selected for you.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how close the field was behind us. So if I didn't attack at the crest or try to attack on that descent, there's zero chance that the 4 of us stay away. And if that happens, I finish much slower than 4th. So I secured 4th place for myself, but I was never going to beat these guys in a sprint. Or the guys behind us. I'm a terrible sprinter. So I had to get separation. I had to use the acceleration to get away over the top and just couldn't get away. But I do get one rainbow jersey to wear, and I still end up with the top 5 finish. It's good for points. Now there's still a couple weeks of racing to go. We're not technically done yet. But I will be the World Tour champion in the rankings. There's not enough points left for that. And the Super Prestige as well. I'm 1,300 points clear. But I also think I'm going to come up just short of the 5,000 mark, which would be the 1,000 in the game of Decathlon. But I'm actually really, really close. I'm not going to do any of the other races. So I'm going to go ahead and make a quick cut forward to see what our final total is for the year. And I'll let you know if there was any races of note the rest of the way. The final 2 races of the season. First was Il Lombardia, one that I was a definite contender for. But the day before Il Lombardia, I caught a cold. I had a virus. For the first time, I was able to use my willpower bonus to overturn the negative race day condition and quick-simmed my way to 2nd place in a 2-man break at the end after that final climb. But I took 2nd, not the win. Still a good result. A few days later, final race of the season was the Tour of Guangxi. 5 stages are sprint, 1 hilly stage. The hilly stage, though, didn't give me the option for the willpower bonus, though the virus was still there. I still claimed a good finish, but I was just outside of the top 10. I was in the top 15, down by about 20 seconds overall on that one, which makes perfect sense considering the massive negative that I had entering it. And then I withdrew after the stage due to that persistent virus. So I'm actually still sick, still recovering from that virus now, about a week after that. Season is done. Transfer market has closed, and I actually get the media note as being the biggest move in the offseason. Sagan going to Movistar, Groenewegen to Lotto Soudal, Higuita to Astana, Lampard to EF, Hershey to Jumbo-Visma, and O'Byrne to Team Felbemir. Alrighty then. So there's your big moves, and here's where we finished up the season. Team rankings. My new home, Ineos, is on top. Mitchelton Scott, my now former team, will be 15th. Vital Concept will make it into the World Tour, and they will replace... Wow, Felbermeer. Look at that big jump. Felbermeer, let's see. Radio Popular going up. And we lose a World Tour team completely. No, there they are. Dimension Data down to Continental Pro. Individual rankings. I ended up winning. My new teammate Egan Bernal, Chris Froome, and Conrad Bennett all in the top 11 in the rankings. Jasper Philipsen is going down, or did he? No, he overtook. He went up 4 places to tie, actually, 931 points. Philipsen over Denez. Yanexco is 3rd in the Continental. Super Prestige. I win that one, and I do top 5,000. What? I just maxed score. I just maxed score for the game of Decathlon. First game ever. And I didn't even win a Grand Tour this year. But I got so many results in other places and good results in Grand Tours that I have somehow maxed points for the game of Decathlon. But I am definitely not just going to drop this series because of that. I want to win the Grand Tours, and that is my goal for next season. I'm no longer worried about the Super Prestige points as I've pulled it off this season without a Grand Tour win. Dang, I'm going for flat out for the Grand Tours next season, though. There's a chance that I won't even race other races for the most part. I'm going to reshape the calendar considerably just to be what I want it to be. That's exciting. Wow. Okay. Bernal was 2nd. Froome was 11th. It was Dumoulin who was in 3rd. And that's going to do it for this episode. For this season, we head into what will be my final season as we go for broke. Hopefully we can at least win 1, if not all 3 Grand Tours next season. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Be safe out there. Also, one last thing, quick note. Tomorrow, I will be releasing a new series, a 3rd series on PCM 19 that will probably last beyond these other 2 that I'll be wrapping up before terribly long. It's going to fill in the gaps temporarily. The 3 days that I don't have PCM content, it'll be releasing on those 3 days, and then over time it'll drop down to 2 days and probably replace these 2 series. See you next time. Bye for now.